The thing about due season is it's not based on what we want to believe for, it's based on what we can believe for. If we don't have the faith, that mustard-sized seed faith, that mustard seed faith, if we don't have that, we're not going to receive anything because it operates by faith. Manifestation operates by faith. So you shut down God on giving you those things that He's already promised you when you don't have the faith to believe for the thing that you want. It's not just wanting the thing, it's wanting the thing enough to actually learn how to believe for it in the process so that you'll get a manifestation instead of nothing. Because the opportunity to get nothing is always there just by you not believing. If you don't believe what you're speaking, if you don't believe what you're doing, if there's no basis for it, then you don't get anything. But when you have a basis, you get something. And that's how faith operates. It's based on something. It's based on the Word of God. It's based on you got some notion that this is how things work. You got a revelation from God that this is how things work. And a quicker access point to revelations is by just submerging yourself in the Word of God, the Bible. Doing that, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. So if you don't participate in the reading and the memorization of the Word of God, the habitual process of putting that in you, putting that in your spirit, you're going to have a hard time growing faith, because faith comes by hearing the Word of God. If you're not hearing the Word of God, you're not growing in faith. And there may seem, there's other things, and they're like, okay, it's important to go to work and make money. It's important to, whether it's 8 or 12 hours, whatever it is. Yeah, that matters. But that isn't the thing that's going to grow your faith. The Word of God is what's going to grow your faith as far as getting manifestation and things. When you go to a place of work, you're putting faith in something else. And that something else, you can get something from that. It's not that you're not getting anything, but it is that if you want to believe for the impossible, if you want to believe for things, like people wanting to just have what they need, what you need is not enough to help people. Do you want just to have what you need and not be able to buy Christmas presents? Or do you want to be able to provide for the needy, provide for people who have massive hospital bills, and to buy your child or somebody else's child, your nephew, your niece, the most expensive present, that not because it's expensive, but because they want it, regardless of the price tag? Do you want to be able to do that? Because in order to do that, you've got to have more than just what you need. The minimum of what God can provide you is not what He wants to provide you. He wants to provide you way more than the minimum. He doesn't want to just give you lungs to breathe and then that's it. No, He wants to give you way more. It's not just about having a healthy body. It's about having healthy finances. It's about having all these things that make life go so much smoother. If you have a healthy body and poor finances, if you have a great finances and a terrible relationship with your family or your spouse or your whatever kind of relationship you have with them, your friends, that's not good. You should be blessed in all areas, not just a few. And persecution comes with that. There's tribulation. That's to the Christian. So as much, even though the sinners got it, the Christians got tribulation too. There's suffering. But you don't have to dwell in it. Being on this earth means that you're going to deal with flesh stuff. And that means you're going to deal with suffering, because the flesh is it's always in that realm. But you control the flesh. You don't have to be in the same realm as the flesh is in. You control what your body does. You control what you believe for. And if you believe for those things that God has promised you, you get somewhere that is so beyond the superficial and vain things of the world.